Hi, this is a video about the Outlook supplier contact list. First question is probably, where is it? Well, you have to be given access to it, but once you're given access to it, you will see it in your contacts folder under supplier. This is a shared database, and there's two different kinds of access to it. We have administrator rights, so to speak, which will allow you to make changes, and also we have view rights only. Most people will be given view rights and won't be able to make any changes. Once you're in here, you can see we have this department listed, and this department is actually how we categorize these. We have shipping, as you can see here. I'm going to scroll down. We have sales representative, and then we have accounts payable. And these three types are how we're going to maintain it going forward. If you're looking for something specific or you want to see all of one type, you can type in whatever you're looking for. So if I want to see all of the band fee, I can just type in band fee, and it's going to bring up all the different band fee contacts we have. If I only want to see shipping contacts, I can type that in. Now you notice when I type in shipping, since there's so many of these, it's telling me that there's more than are displayed on the screen. So if I click this line, it's just going to bring up all of them. This is going to be really important if you want to export this data, because you want to make sure that you do get all of the information that's in there. So for those of you who have access to make updates, it's just going to be like maintaining any other contact that's in your contact list. You're going to, now one of the things I like is, this view is good for exporting, but I really kind of like the business card view better. And it's just a personal preference of mine. I'm going to move this over some so I can get 3. So, I like this view better, but the other view, like I said, is better for exporting. So when you want to update a contact, you're just going to, find the one that you want. So let's say we have band fee shipping. So these are all of the band fee shipping ones. We're just going to double click on the one that we want to, of course, open another window here. And we're going to just change any information that's in here. Now, one of the things to be aware of is that the notes here actually should contain lead time, shipping terms, pickup location, and region, country. Now, this is going to be important for you to put in the notes section, because so it's consistent. Not all of these have everything in them. If we look at this one, you can see it's got the lead time, shipping terms, pickup location, and region, country. Another thing that's important is when you're setting up a new one is to use the business address so that it comes out in the same place. Of course, that one doesn't have a business address. But you can see it's listed as business. Some of these have another address too, but the main address you want to put under business so that when you export it, it does export the right information. Now, when you're setting up a new contact, one of the fields was department. So department is actually under details, and you're just going to type in, like the way they're set up already. So there's shipping, customer service, and accounts payable, and that way it'll get categorized with the rest of them. You'll also fill out all of this information. Make sure you use the business address, use email one. I would try to be consistent with the way everything else is set up. And the reason for that is I'm going to show you how to do the list of addresses. I'm going to go back to the contacts view here, and I'm just going to make a small list. Actually, I'll do shipping, and then I'll show it all. So if I want to do a list of all of the addresses for shipping, now there's something, when these are exported, they don't do a great job of putting the address all in one line. So it actually wraps it. So what I do is I put something that's blank in the leftmost column. You can see this is blank all the way down through here. So I use job title because that's not currently used. If we start using that sometime, there's other fields that you can use. But yours may not be filled out. Yours may not be laid out the same way mine is. So I'm going to show you how to change the layout on this. So I'm going to right click here on one of the headers, and I'm going to do the field chooser. Now the field chooser lets you pick what you want to be on the report. So if I want to add business facts, I just bring it up here and drop it in. I don't really want that, so I'm just going to pull it off to delete it. So, but you can add anything you want. If you wanted to put email, you could add that in. And if it had an email address associated with it, I don't know if any of these do. There's a couple. Well, these actually showed up now, and this is a good point to make, because when you do this search, it's going to search everything. So even though these are customer service, they show up because of the format I'm using, because it has an email that says shipping in it. Once I remove that field, those will go. No, they didn't go away. Well, I thought they would, but it looks like they stayed, probably because they're still part of that group. But we can filter those out once we export them. So anyway, the way that I like to lay out my data here is I put a blank column in the beginning because we need to have that one. It's absolutely a necessity. Then I do department, full name, company, and business address. You could add other fields, whatever you want to put in there. Once you have this laid out, then you're going to copy everything. I'm just going to go down to the shipping because I don't need these customer service ones. I just clicked on the top one, and I'm going to go down to the bottom and hit shift and click on the bottom one just so I have everything selected. Now I'm going to right click and do a copy. At this point, I'm going to open up Excel, and hopefully I won't have to redo this video and it shows. But I'm going to just paste here. I'm going to do Control V. So you can see, if I make these wider, you can see it actually drop down a line for the city, state, and zip. The way to fix that is I'm going to just delete this one cell. And this is why it was important to make sure that you have a column that didn't have anything in it. So I'm just going to delete that, and it's going to shift cells up. Now we have the rest of the address on the same line as everything else. So I'm going to do a cut here, and I'm going to paste it in here. So now we have, I'm going to delete this column too. So now we have department, full name, company, business address, and then the rest of the address. So this is city, state, zip. All right. So once we have that, then we can sort this. And I'm just going to do sort by this business address. Headers, business address. So everything with an address comes to the top. So all this stuff at the bottom, this doesn't have any address associated with it. So it could be deleted from your from your report. And we see all these blank lines because remember we had that the line wrapped, so we ended up with a bunch of blank lines in the middle there. So I'm just going to go down here to the last one of these. We know these don't have any addresses, and I'm going to just pop those off. Delete. So now we have a complete list of shipping addresses. If there's a contact name, it's on here, the company, the business address, and then city, state, zip. At this point, you can use this for your mailing list. You can put it into mail merge. You can do whatever you need to with it. And that is really all that I had to show. If you have any questions, get with your IT person. Otherwise, I think this is going to meet your needs. And I hope to help you again in the future. Thank you.